Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 8 of The Burning Truth. I am Nathan Goff. I am joined by the bad boy of British wrestling, which is Matthew the Bad Boy Burns. For those of his fans out there, the bad boy is back.
Of course.
Better than ever.
Of course.
I've just watched him do his training for the Royal Rumble on Friday next week.
And you enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yep. So, what's your opening statement? Are you going to last the 29 other superstars, and then I can watch you for just $9.99?
You had to get that plug in, didn't you? You had to get that plug in.
He's available on all good, and you can buy the United Wrestling Network for just $9.99. Sorry, it isn't the United Wrestling Network. It's the WWE Network for just $9.99.
And yes, I have been doing my homework on this Rumble and preparing for my match and everything. But for the Rumble, I will admit, I have been watching some WWE Network.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So yes, it's been a different sort of week.
It has been a different sort of week. It's interesting because the network's out. We're getting that taste of what it's like to be, being able to watch wrestling on demand.
Yeah, so it's been the reason why it's been a different week for me is because we all felt like a nostalgia show. It showed us why the 90s were so good and what's missing with today's product. You know, a little bit of cussing, people just getting their ass kicked. And
you missed JBL.
Oh yes, I really did miss JBL. That clothesline. Good God Almighty.
You had to. You even had the voice of JR, who was unfortunately not there.
No, but no, it's had its good points. It had its bad parts. I felt they went too much for nostalgia and actually forgot that the Royal Rumble was Sunday.
Yeah, but they sort of did that a little bit at the end. But they sort of teased more WrestleMania than the Rumble.
Yeah.
More than anything. That's what. It seems like Raw's doing one thing where SmackDown's doing another. They're not matching them up.
No.
They seem to be on two different levels.
Which is a shame.
It is.
So, what were your favourite parts of Raw? Because I aren't going to recap Raw this week.
Ooh.
Because it's some interesting subjects that we want to cover away from Raw. So we're just going to cover the good points because we've been a nostalgic episode. Shawn Michaels was back. I thought he was going to kick Hogan in the teeth, but never mind. The Click, the Outlaws, the APA.
Damien Sandow X-Pac.
Yeah, which was really funny.
That was hilarious.
The Outlaws, the NWO.
Hey yo.
The only thing it was missing was the Godfather, because Pippin ain't easy, yo.
I think that would be one step beyond PG.
They would have been good, though.
Oh, yeah.
So what were your favourite bits of Raw?
For me, I'd have to say one strong point would have to be the end.
Right.
Sting.
Okay.
At first, it looked like, what was so brilliant about it says, you see an image of him, and everyone's like, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you see him move.
Now, is this just me, or would you like to see his TNA theme in WWE?
Yes, I would.
Because that so suits that gimmick.
It does.
And it's better than that Crow with no music.
Well, the problem is, you'd have to get the rights off TNA.
It wouldn't cost them much.
No, it wouldn't, even though TNA have just changed over and even changed their theme song.
Yeah, but it still wouldn't cost them much.
But more on that later.
If TNA said, give us £1 million and maybe Christian Cage for a couple of weeks or something like that.
No, Christian Cage won't go.
Yeah, or...
Christian won't go.
No, but it's for an example. Well, if they just said that, and you can have his music for as long as he's there, okay, bargain.
Win-win.
Yeah. Just send someone over for a couple of weeks, okay? Who do you want?
I think we'll send somebody from the lower card.
Zack Ryder. You're going to Florida for a couple of weeks. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, shit.
Still won't get booked.
So
Still doesn't get booked.
So But he needs some theme music now. You know,
Yeah.
I'm fed up with just seeing the Crow, hearing the Crow, and then no music.
I think that's what it is. That is his theme.
Well,
Well, no, it wasn't. They had a theme at Survivor Series, but it was dark and edgy, trying to be very WCW.
what did they use for the WWE game when they were hyping him up?
He's WCW.
Was it WCW?
Yes, it was.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Right, I'm going to try and find this out while you're telling everyone else what you enjoyed about Raw.
Which I think, to continue, I think it was a modified version of Seek and Destroy, isn't it? For his crow theme? Or are you on about his surfer gimmick?
No, I'm on about the Crow.
Oh, the Crow
Seek
version.
and Destroy by Metallica, do you think?
I think it... No, it's like a modified version. I think he has used it, but I'm
Right.
pretty sure... I am pretty sure...
I do apologise about the daddy sound effects for YouTube, folks.
Yeah, that's WCW.
Yeah.
That is the one.
But why not use this?
I have no idea. And what makes it more funny is WWE actually own it.
Yeah.
They own the song. Why not use his WCW song? Oh wait, because that would mean highlighting WCW, which WWE don't want to do, because they crushed their competition. This match has never,
The
ever
icon.
been. This is the first time he's been in WWE. Ever.
They need to use this at WrestleMania. Yeah. This could really drag that entrance out. You know, he could rival Undertaker.
Yeah, which is what I think we're doing. But the problem is, they won't. They won't. They'll continue to use him as he is. I think it could be their way of saying he's only here for so long.
Yeah.
And then he's gone.
Well, no, if they could do that and then get that to challenge, if they could challenge that, for the Undertaker's entrance, because that entrance is 4.5 minutes long. That entrance music, where the Undertaker's only 3 minutes. That could be a couple of long entrances. I might have a couple of piss break opportunities this year.
So you're hoping that when it's Triple H versus Sting,
the entrances take about 10 minutes where I can pause, or if Triple H doesn't top last year's and it doesn't look like it's going to top last year's, then I can go for a piss.
Either way.
Yeah, and then I can come back just as we're about ringing the bell, but it's going to take some topping beat his entrance from last year.
Oh yeah.
That was an awesome entrance. Did you know that his entrance last year
started some of the females from NXT?
No. Yeah, well it did, but he gave each one of the girls a
different mask.
No, a full-length picture, and he signed each one.
Fair enough.
And he framed it for him.
Fair enough. Oh, here you go, girls. I'm your boss now.
But how cool is that? You get to be a part of the King of Kings entrance.
It's still cool.
You know, like, people might say Harley Race is better than Triple H, or Jerry the King Lawler is better than Triple H, but Triple H is the King of Kings.
You could say that. Each their own. Me personally, I'd say, yeah, he's high ranked. He's the cerebral assassin. King was good in his day, in his time.
Which one?
The King, Jerry.
But wasn't it the King Harley Race?
But there was the King Harley Race. Harley Race was also phenomenal in his ability at what he could do. Very intelligent man. Different style. Where I think Triple H has got the all-round game. He's got the psychological, but he's also got the physicality to back it up.
No one hits a spine buster like Triple H apart from Arn. That is Arn Anderson-esque.
Oh yeah, I think I actually do question if he literally didn't walk up to Arn and go, show me how to do a proper spine buster.
God damn it, honey. Why have you got to go and do that?
I will say, for shocking spine busters, I'll never ever forget when it was Ric Flair versus Undertaker, and Arn slid in and just spine busted Undertaker, and I believe that was at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but so what else did you enjoy from Raw? Now we've diverted to listen to Seek and Destroy for a couple of minutes.
That wasn't Seek and Destroy actually. It wasn't. Seek and Destroy is completely different.
Okay, so
I was actually mistaken. I was
Okay.
mistaken in that. I honestly thought he did use Seek and Destroy, but no, he didn't.
I might have proved you wrong again. But so what else did you?
Or it may have kicked into Seek and Destroy.
Sting's 7th WCW theme song from Metallica.
So he has used Seek and Destroy. There we go. Seek and Destroy. It was probably the brooding into it.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh.
Someone get Hulk Hogan have a word with his old bandmates.
You're loving it, aren't you, already?
That's what wrestling's missing. Some good theme songs. You know, as much as I take the piss out of TNA, they did do some good theme songs.
What was your favourite?
From TNA's?
Yeah.
Mick Foley's.
Ooh.
Or Sting's. AJ Styles had a good one as well.
Christopher Daniels.
Yeah.
The whole modified.
Mickey James, Hardcore Country was a good one.
And her own as well.
Yeah.
And her own.
But like, that's something that's missing
And
from the
I'm
90s.
actually surprised you didn't bring up your favourites.
Which one?
The Beautiful People.
No, because
You don't think that's good?
the entrance music isn't, the entrance is.
Ah.
But, like, to have a truly great entrance, you've got to have the music to back the entrance up, haven't you?
Well, you've got to have the music, the entrance, you've got to have everything matching. Everything's got to be meshed together in sort of a way. If you have something go wrong, which it does happen, trust me, I ought to know from
Like,
history.
yeah. But, like, you need to have a good entrance music. Like, I know we've covered this, so I'll keep it quick, because people are probably fed up hearing about me talking about entrance musics.
Go on.
But they don't understand how much of an impact that the music has on. So when it comes out, can you smell what the rock is cooking? The crowd are up.
Bump.
The crowd are up, and for example,
Or
the glass breaks.
you
Bang!
know Austin.
Steve Austin's here. Like all Jack hear was, "You've got no chance in hell," and Vince McMahon's there, crowbar between his legs, strutting to the ring.
Even the Impossible, which I doubt he'll ever come back at the moment.
It's Shane McMahon's.
Of course.
What you hear the dime drop and bang. The Undertaker's. You hear that gong?
Oh, you hear that gong and that's it. Or even the explosion of Kane.
Yeah, well,
Or Big
not
Show.
so much now. Like Kane's entrance gone still. 'Cause he hasn't swapped up
No,
anything.
no.
Like you
Big
hear, du-du, 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 du-du. You know that's Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Or dun 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 dun.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar, but that's like from 2002. That's when the entrance music was still pretty decent.
No, but even so,
Whereas now, it pretty much seems that everyone's stuck in the lazy of, right, have rock music entrance, good chorus, out. What happened to the days where, you might not need a good song to get going. Like, all you need is a good piece of backing music that suits you.
Hogan. Da, 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 da.
Yeah,
Done.
like, but as soon as everyone heard, I am a real American,
Done.
bang, everyone's on the feet. You know, it's,
Ultimate Warrior.
yeah,
Da,
the
da,
Macho
da,
Man.
da, da. Oh, you gave me all emotional here. Ric Flair.
Yeah, like the entrance music. Like now, it just seems generic and on repeat. Like the entrance music sounds the same for pretty much most people.
Yeah.
Apart, like, because Daniel
I'd pause
Bryan
with
has Fly to the Valkyries.
But Addy would now Addy with rock style.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose, he's got his typical.
Motorbike going into a crash that sounds like Mick Foley's.
Yeah, because he might be insane. And
But
then,
that's just copied Mick Foley's. The car.
whoa! The car crash wasn't Mick Foley's first.
But whose was it?
Razor Ramon.
Okay, so it's gone from Razor
To Mick.
to Mick, but Mick Foley's more memorable for it.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
And then the Ambrose. So that hasn't developed.
No.
The reason everyone got behind CM Punk again is because, he changed himself, brought in new music on WWE.
Oh, yeah.
And it got everyone on the feet because they knew it was CM Punk.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't sound generic.
It's special.
Yeah.
It's custom. It goes to him like a glove.
Right then, so Raw's good points. Now that I've had my rant about entrance music.
The Ascension. I don't mean them personally.
No, the tag team segment of the Legends getting their own back. I thought JBL did a brilliant job on the mic.
Oh, he was brilliant.
I wouldn't be surprised to see JBL cost the Ascension the match on Sunday.
I want JBL back.
I don't think he wants to go back, he's busy doing like all this stuff with like the Bermuda rugby teams and everything like that.
I'm not on about full time.
Just one more match.
Sorry to Nick Christian's line of the Crybaby Christian. But yeah, come on. JBL is awesome. As he used to dub himself in WWE when he was wrestling, he is a wrestling god.
But no, it's he did a brilliant job of selling that match.
Yeah, proper. And even I've got to say, I couldn't stop laughing when Road Dogg has got one of them in the corner.
And started dancing with
Kevin Nash.
That was brilliant. But that actually did a job to show that the Ascension need to work with tag teams to move up into the upper echelons of. See, if I was WWE now, and there's no disrespect to the other tag teams, I'd go to Bully Ray and Devon. How much is it going to cost us to get you to do 6 months on the road, work a program with the Ascension for the tag team titles?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Bubba Ray and Devon, you can revert back to the Dudley Boys gimmicks.
Technically, they're not in contract with TNA.
No, not yet, but they're working on one. So if I was Vince, if I want to put the Ascension over, bring them in, right, do a 6 months as a tag team, you prove you want to be here for a bit longer, I'll push you as a single star, Devon can help us be an agent, a producer, what the fuck ever he wants to do.
Yeah.
And then we'll push you to the main event as a single star, the Ascension get the rub as a tag team, and everyone's happy.
Win-win. It's a win-win situation.
But how good would that feud be?
That'd be awesome.
Because, the Dudley Boys could still go.
Oh yeah, they can still go. But the problem is, straight away, this is WWE. They don't have our logic.
No. But, I
True. Or if the the problem is, with this, okay, they beat the New Age Outlaws. They beat some legends, but not in their prime.
Well, the Dudley Boys aren't in the prime.
No.
But in all fairness, I'd be looking at some of the tag teams. I'd even go to far as say, Jeff Hardy's been clear of his 3 strikes now for a couple of years, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I'd go to Matt and Jeff, right.
Well, they won't get him.
No, but I'd go to Matt and Jeff and the Dudley Boys. I'd go, right, name your prices to workers, 6 months, we'll give you the same deal as Van Damme that Van Damme's got if you want.
Yeah.
3 months, 3 months off. I don't want you to work all the time because you're happy doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But name as your price to help us put this tag team on the map.
Potentially.
Fucking what's the worst they're going to come back and say? Right, it'll cost you 150 grand for 3 months. Okay, deal. They're paying Brock Lesnar $5 million a year to turn up 6 times a year.
He's almost earning how much a show?
$500,000?
Almost $500,000 per show.
Yeah.
That is just...
I
can't cope. I can't deal with it.
How much do you cost in American dollars to book?
I'm not even going to go there.
I'm charging a 10% booking fee if anyone in America wants to book him for a couple of hours.
I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. Half...
But Brock Lesnar, he's like the world's most expensive prostitute. fucking 20 minutes work and he gets paid $500,000.
And what makes me laugh is people take the mickey out of wrestling because blah blah this, blah blah that. Yeah, I'd just say it's $500,000 for doing 15, 20 minutes work.
Yeah, I may have actually showed up 5 hours before. Who cares? I've been out there 20 minutes. I've got to toss a couple of people around like rag dolls and we're done.
And we're done. Oh,
Eat,
no,
sleep,
no.
rinse,
Whoa.
repeat.
Brilliant. I've got to say, there is one moment of Raw. I'm not sure if it was on Raw, on the show itself, but there's a clip of it on YouTube when Lesnar come down on the Authority. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I love how he walked down, just tossed the belt over to Paul Heyman like a boss.
Yeah. Have that, man.
It wasn't just that. It was how Heyman caught it. It was just, that's just like a boss. Slid it. Bang. Next.
Brilliant. 2 minutes work. $500,000. Nice one, Vince. See
See
you
you
next
later.
week.
He literally just came down, manhandled people, but he just threw the belts to Heyman like a boss. Okay, we've seen him throw people around. It's just how cool he did it. I think the whole Seth Rollins thing may have turned Lesnar into a tweener.
That was brilliant. Go on, boy. Get down here, boy.
Oh, that was just pure gold.
Like, again, Paul Heyman sold that first segment beautifully. He came out, started looking worried because Lesnar looked like he was about to rip anything that moved. And then, just as about started talking,
But then again,
my name is Paul Right. Seth Rollins.
oh, he looked like he cracked bricks when Brock Lesnar grabbed that mic.
Yeah.
He just cracked bricks. I will say this though, I'll never ever forget one promo of Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar. Ever. Why do you think this guy will ever like you? He barely even tolerates me.
But it's so true. Later on that night, another highlight that stuck out for me, just for the pure genius, and he's probably got fined for this, and none of us have heard about it.
Go on.
Did you manage to catch the Legends panel segment?
Yes.
When Roman Reigns came down.
Uh-huh.
So, I wasn't much for the Legends panel segment. I thought it was a bit stupid.
I felt a bit sorry for Flair.
Yeah, Michael should have took the bumpers. I'm sure Michael's mark, and I don't like seeing him get hit.
No, but the problem is, if Michael took the hit, then Triple H would be angry at Big Show.
He's going to be angry at Big Show anyway. He's just punched his mentor and his best friend.
He's not in the clique.
But that's a two-time Hall of Famer.
True.
A founding member of Evolution.
If I'm honest with you, I don't think... Oh, you just reminded me of an interesting little fact. I'll come to that in a minute. I don't think a punch should have been done. I think if Big Show choked him with his hand, would have proved better.
Yeah, but what... So, Reigns came down.
Oh, can I just mention the little interesting fact?
You going to mention about Sean Stasiak?
Nope. It's to do with Evolution.
Mark Jindrak?
Nope.
Go on.
No. Did you know that Brock Lesnar faced all members of Evolution before Evolution started itself? Did you know that?
Yeah.
Not many people know that.
No. So what I was going to say. So what struck me about this segment, and this is poor work by the people on the cameras.
Ooh.
So he got in the ring, put his back towards the Big Show, who kept on saying, do not get in this ring, otherwise I'll knock you out. And had the perfect chance to knock him out because he got in the ring and then checked on Fly. And you can hear him say, is he alright? And then Hogan's going, yeah, he's alright, just concentrate on him. So I didn't like that bit. So what I did like was the all-star confrontation where he punches Big Show in the mouth and then does a couple of running hits. Clotheslines him over the top rope. Fine, Big Show looks like he's hurt his arm. But what was funny was Roman Reigns' next sentence. Come on, you big bitch. Now, I had to rewind this back at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
because all you heard him was, like, first time it just sounded like you big baby, but you listen back to it, it is, come on you big bitch. And I thought that was brilliant, but he's going to get fined for that.
Oh, guaranteed. Well, bear this in mind, didn't Big Joe used to be plugged as the big nasty bastard on WWE?
Back in the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yes, he was. No, it wasn't the Ruthless Aggression era. It was in the year 2000.
Yeah, so the Attitude era. Or the Ruthless.
Attitude, not Ruthless Aggression. Ruthless Aggression was a bit later.
Yeah.
It was after, I believe,
The Invasion.
third Rock and Austin. Because that was sort of when people just said the Attitude Era was slowly fading away then.
Okay, so that was that. So I enjoyed that bit. So
A little bit.
I'll stick my teeth in. I enjoyed that bit.
The one with mouth.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that. I thought that was a nice little shout back towards.
Bit of history.
Yeah. What else was quite fun on that
Well,
episode
actually,
of Raw?
just a little tidbit of Roman Reigns. At least he wasn't doing that promo that he did on SmackDown. He's suffering suck attack. Oh my god.
Cringe
Oh my
worthy.
god, that. Okay, complicated word. You know, a lot of complicated words, but you full well know that was handwritten for him and scripted.
Yeah, but at least he didn't do the rock and have it on his hand.
Oh.
He's learned something. Right, so that's like really like some of the big main points on the nostalgia night. You know, Cena got his teammates hired back thanks to the assist by Sting.
Oh, yep.
Did you? Oh, what you might not know. Did you know that Triple H made a kid cry at ringside?
Yes.
And
he went over and hugged him.
And he broke kayfabe while he was out.
He broke.
Both him and Stephanie broke kayfabe to bring this kid down, which nice touch, but not on television.
If I'm honest with you,
God damn it, Hunter!
Whoa! I think it goes with the gimmick. And you're thinking, how does it go with the gimmick?
Because it's best for business what
It's
he did.
best for business. What they're doing, they truly believe is what's best for the fans. So in actual fact, he may have not broken the ultimate rule.
Well, I broke my ultimate rule.
No.
I don't want to. I love Triple H.
So what did you want? So what did you want him to do? See the kid cry, pull out his shovel and whack him. They just bury the kid there and then. Game over. Pedigreed him.
Right. Even at that kid's age, you should know that wrestling is script. That, like, my little cousin watches Raw with me, and he goes, "Nathan, is this real?" And I say to him, "No, this is." I explained it to this in the best way that I can.
It is real.
It
is.
Wait there. I'm going to explain so it doesn't offend you. So I said to him, the bumps are real. The bumps that everyone takes, he's like, what are bumps? I went, the moves that they take are real. I'm like, as you grow older though, you'll realise that it's a bit like a soap. That there's a creative team that write it, and they just go for it, and they go out and perform.
It's
basically like 2 hours of Emmerdale.
Basically what you just transcribed wrestling as is man soap.
It is man soap.
You just basically created a category for wrestling as man soap.
It is.
Oh my god, why would that even sound wrong if it's the same man soap? It sounds wrong, it sounds dirty. Oh, good lord. Good lord.
If you can justify it as a different way.
A lot of people always say to me, it's fake. No, it's not fake.
No, it isn't fake because the moves are really done.
Better than mine.
And it can hurt.
Better than mine. You see me after shows. You see me after shows, and better than mine. You've seen the footage on YouTube of me in a rumble getting knocked out.
Yeah, like I have a lot of respect for the people.
Let me just say this. When I mean by knocked out, I mean lights out. I think Tyson, you know, it was sort of like how, you know, the end reaction of fighting Tyson in a boxing match.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of respect for people that do it, because it takes a lot of hard work and discipline. But as all the adverts say, they're trained entertainers and it takes years of practice to do what they do.
Oh, yeah.
And I sat him down and I said this to him, I was like, you can't go to school and try to pedigree your best mate. He's like, but why? I went, because it won't end well.
And why do I... Okay. And why do I get the feeling he didn't pedigree him, he rock bottomed him?
Oh no, he went for the clothesline instead.
Oh, he just decided to JBL him?
Yeah, and then after his mum ran me up, Nathan!
What are you saying, my son?
He's been told off his feet.
You told
what
him?
else do you want me to?
Oh, please tell me you did... Oh, my God. Why can I see a loophole coming up right now? You said... What did you say to him? Please don't try this at home. Why do I expect the kid to? And I was like, no, I didn't try it at home. I tried it in school.
Well, he came to me, he was like, well, we didn't try it at home and we didn't try it at school. We tried it on the playground.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm like, right. He's like, well, I've watched JBL. He goes... He waves his arm around like that. I'm like, if you run at me with that arm, I swear to God I'll hit you. So he ran at me, and then it was literally just like, he was like, dodged the arm, and then just like bear hug him
Just
until
catch him.
Yeah, and I just caught him, but it was a stunner to watch.
Oh, good Lord.
But I got a strict telling off for that one.
I will say this. Regardless of whatever, I do highly agree in the fact that it shouldn't be tried without professional help.
So to find like your professional help. So if you want to go into wrestling, you need to go see Dr. Shelby first.
What I mean by this, someone who's professionally trained in wrestling, you've got to have the right training, and but you've also not only got to have the right training, you've got to understand how dangerous it is, how much the hazard can be turn into realness.
Yeah.
Because I'll say this now, being knocked out in the ring is not cool.
No. So
It's not.
moving on from that, we wanted to do the Royal Rumble predictions.
Yes, and
So from TLC, I won the TLC event.
I had a feeling you'd be bringing this up already.
So I am 1-0 in pay-per-view predictions.
Ha ha ha.
So Royal Rumble, and these will go up online like the last ones did.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to do it live this time to prove that it isn't fixed and I can beat Matt.
Oh, funny.
So pre-show,
Pre-show.
you got the New Day versus the Exotic Express Swiss Superman and the grumpiest husband in the world. New Day, yeah. How many members do you think they'll have left? Because it's a 6-man elimination.
I think come down to the wire.
I think all 3 of them will be left.
You think it'll be a clean sweep?
Yeah.
No, I think I'm expecting at least an elimination on the New Day.
I won't.
Why?
Because they're building up a New Day. It's like, okay.
No. You can't use the whole elimination thing as a point.
What?
I'm just going to say New Day to win.
Okay. No,
That's
but this is just like for personal, shits and giggles between friends and.
And why do I get the feeling that if it came down to where we both picked the exact same choices, you'll hang that over my head if they get a clean win and try to claim yourself 2-0. Yes, you will.
Anyway.
Funny.
So, but the reason I think is because at the moment the Usos are the tag team champions, aren't they?
And they are a strong tag team.
Yeah, so that's a face tag team, but I think the Ascension are going to win. So the next team to take it off the Ascension, I think will be the New Day.
Potential.
Yeah, but to build the New Day up, because they're still new, they're going to need some good strong wins, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I reckon that's why all 3 of them will survive.
Alright.
And also because I reckon Tyson Kidd and Cesaro will just get fed up with Adam Rose.
Or at least the bunny.
The bunny hasn't been there yet.
No, I'm expecting the bunny cost.
Yeah. So that's that. The next one on this tag team happy Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Outlaws versus the Ascension.
Ascension.
I'm going for the Ascension, but like,
Your heart wants to go with the Outlaws.
My head's telling me the Ascension, but my body is telling me the Outlaws. But I'm gonna go with my head and the Ascension. I'd love the Outlaws to win though,
Deep down, heart inside.
and I'd love JBL to cost the Ascension.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Another clothesline from Al while the referee's down.
Dude.
To teach him some respect.
Beat respect into him.
Usos versus Awesome Sandow.
Usos. But I'm expecting that possibly to start creating the rift.
Balor's against Paige and Natty.
That's a tough one.
I'm going Paige and Natty.
Paige and Natty.
He's copying me here, folks.
I'm
He
not
don't want to
copying.
lose. Who else have we missed off? World Championship match. Lesnar, Rollins, Cena. I'm going for Brock Lesnar. And an interesting fact for you, I'll tell you after he's picked his choice.
I don't know why, because I've heard a little bit of thing on the grapevine. But I've also heard the other thing now. I want to say, if I say
Lesnar.
No. I'm going to throw it out there. Screw it. I'm not his biggest fan. Oh, I am a fan now, but I'm not. But I want. Well, you're more of a fan of theirs.
You going Mr. 365, Mr. Loyal, loyalty and respect.
Yes, I am.
John Cena.
I'm going with John Cena.
So, yesterday, Matt decided that he'd heard a little rumour on the grapevine of the Lesnar's going to drop the title at the Rumble, so he can face Reigns in a non-title match.
Not to face...
Or to face someone in a non-title match at WrestleMania because he's going out.
Because his contract is supposedly ending at WrestleMania.
So, Matt thought it'd be a good idea to bet me 20 of the English pounds on this. So, I've given him either Rollins or Cena winning the title. If Lesnar walks out as champion, I win 20 quid. Don't mind if he loses by DQ or anything. As long as he walks out as champion, I win.
Oh no, there's no DQ. There's no DQ. Triple threat.
Yeah, because WWE really stick to their own rules.
Good point. Good point.
Well,
it's not like WCW days.
No. But so it's 20 of the English pounds on the line that Brock Lesnar will retain, and I look forward to cashing that bet in.
I will be... Oh, good Lord, why do I expect you... Or what would happen, out of curiosity, if Lesnar won the match and then Rollins just cashed in?
Well, I haven't been wrong, have I? Because he won the match.
No. So, you just stated if he leaves...
Okay. Yeah, if Rollins cashes in and he wins, I'll give you £20.
That's fair enough. You heard it, folks. But anyway,
which won't happen because
it's not gonna happen
because Rollins is taking that pinfall. Rollins is taking that pinfall in that match.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die.
Rollins is getting pinned one way or the other.
How can you I'll say this now. I feel sorry for him.
And then...
I actually feel sorry for Seth because he's quite literally in between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. So the next match is...
Or should I say Brock and a hard place.
The next match is the over the top rope 30-man battle royal.
Right. Can I put two people in?
I'll let you have two. I'm only having one.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Other one? Daniel Bryan.
I'm going to get Randy Orton.
Oh! You think Randy Orton?
I think Randy Orton, and I think Daniel Bryan will win the belt at Fastlane.
Oh. Well, it's rumoured that
Reigns versus Lesnar would be the thingy, but I reckon that's just a swerve.
It's rumoured, though, at the Fastlane, that the main event for that is Big Show and Seth
versus
Cena and Roman.
Yeah.
But no, WWE champion.
Again.
Oh, no Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, but
However, bear this in mind, think of what Paul Heyman said to Seth on SmackDown a few SmackDowns ago. He literally said to him, Brock can literally defend that title, can keep his grasp on the title by either defending it or defending whoever he chooses to be next. That's why I'm thinking the little outside source. Okay, odds on favourite is Lesnar. But then again, betters have been wrong before. Just look at Undertaker.
it was going to happen one day.
But they didn't expect it with no build-up.
The poster that's come out for WrestleMania shows Lesnar and Brock at the front.
Yeah.
Not Lesnar and Brock.
Roman
and Brock. Roman Reigns shouldn't win the Royal Rumble this year.
No.
He isn't ready. He
He's
wasn't
not.
ready last year.
Oh, good Lord.
He isn't ready this year.
He had a good showing last year.
Now, if Randy Orton doesn't enter it, my favourite's Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan's a good call.
The underdog, the B-plus player versus the wrecking machine.
Lesnar. That'd be an entertaining match.
Yeah,
That would be an entertaining match.
but we'll see. But there's the Royal Rumble predictions. I'll be watching the Lesnar, Rollins and Cena match with great anticipation, and then I'll be texting the bad boy at 2:30 in the morning, going, yes, yes, yes.
Yes, you're giving me £20.
No. But no, I'll be watching that one with great anticipation, and you can watch that match on the WWE Network.
How many times are we going to plug this?
But it's just $9.99. What can you buy for $9.99?
Ooh.
You can buy a bargain bucket from KFC.
I believe you can actually buy a music album.
Yeah,
An expensive one.
yeah.
An expensive one.
A new DVD that's just come out potentially.
Ah, you can.
Cinema ticket.
Or you can go for the bargain. Or you can go for the multiple DVDs in the bargain bucket.
Yeah.
Bargain bucket deals.
Cinema ticket. You could probably fill up your car for about 50 miles.
A dinner for two at McDonald's, maybe.
Yeah. 2 subs for a tenner
Ooh.
from Subway. See, there isn't really much great value that you can buy for a tenner,
£10.
but the WWE Network is
Right.
just
Okay.
$9.99.
Okay, it's official. We're now going to be plugging the WWE Network. I can honestly say, at first I thought $9.99 in UK, when the US are paying $9.99. Now, as everybody knows, the pound is stronger than the dollar. Now,
will always be.
and always will be. And as we already know as well, that when we've been watching pay-per-views through Sky, Virgin Media, or whatever network,
Sky box office.
it's about £15 per pay-per-view. Now, if you're getting the network for just $9.99, you're essentially getting that pay-per-view for technically just below a tenner. Not a bad deal just on the pay-per-views, but you're not just getting the new pay-per-views, are you?
No.
You're getting all pay-per-views, all Raw episodes, all SmackDown episodes, WCW, ECW, WCCW, and you're getting some of the original stuff as well.
Mid-South stuff, aren't you?
You're getting some Mid-South stuff. You've also got the original programming, like the Monday Night
Legends
Wars,
House,
the Legends House,
Total Divas, the first season,
the
the
DVDs,
second. Yeah.
the wrestling DVDs.
One thing that is worth a watch, if you're a fan of ECW, is ECW Exposed.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman gives one of the truest
Oh, he's brutal.
recaps of WCW. He says ECW main flaws is they didn't have a marketing team.
No, they didn't.
And he said the amount of money that they would have missed out on, that they did miss out on advertising, was unbelievable.
Astronomical, because technically their marketing team were the wrestlers themselves.
Yeah, it was Tommy Dreamer,
On the
Bully
hotline.
Ray, and someone else working in the mailroom. And the days that they weren't wrestling, him like sending merchandise out to fans.
Yeah. No, unfortunately. But however it is there's a lot of what's great TV, a lot of TV, DVD, documentaries, everything on it. It's not just that. You've got also something like the greatest hits. The countdown is, I think that's brilliant.
Mm.
Countdown.
Another thing that people should give a watch if they can is to Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
Tommy Dreamer doing some shoots on back in the day. I didn't actually realise until I watched back some old shoot videos that Tommy Dreamer's wife, which is Beulah McGillicuddy, for some people who aren't aware, was actually a porn star.
Yep. Yes, she was.
And it was back in the 90s, when porn films used to have...
And let me just point this out. Just before any kids start to look that up right now, you are being watched.
Right, so it was back in like...
Two of the glass eye moment there.
It was back in the cheesy moments of porn, where everything was done in silence, and then they had the cheesy like lift music playing over it.
Oh, good lord!
Who'd honestly want like to belt one out over cheesy lift music?
Are we talking bad tashies? I mean, to fix your refrigerator.
Oh no! Like the videos I've heard are just her with a bullet.
Oh.
Like they're only about 8-9 minutes long. She's done about 3. But I didn't realise she was a porn star.
Yep. Hey, well, there's mine.
I can probably name 5 females, and you probably won't realise 2 or 3 of them were porn stars.
Or still in the porn star business.
So, Major Guns.
Yep.
From
Still is.
WCW. Yeah.
Well, she might be retired now.
Okay, so she was, or still is, Mickey James.
Pardon?
Mickey James had a brief spell in the porn industry. Not filming, but shoots.
Fair enough.
The one that's going to surprise you, Gail Kim.
Surprisingly, no. Didn't surprise me. I know Candice Michelle.
Yeah.
Candice Michelle as well. And I believe there's another ECW one in there somewhere. Potentially. The girl who was with Shane Douglas.
Was it Francine?
No, the one...
Electra?
The thing. The accused thingy of cheating. And then
That was Beulah.
Yeah, the accused Beulah of cheating. And you find out she's been cheating with another woman.
God knows, I'll have to watch back. But there's Mickey James, Gail Kim was a porn star. I think it was Gail Kim.
Yep.
I forget. If it wasn't Gail Kim, I'll put the accurate one on. I know it was like a Korean wrestler, and Gail Kim's the only female Korean wrestler that is in my head now. I was looking through the list of it the other day, because once I found out Beulah was, I was like, well, who else has been?
Oh, good lord. That was your... So hang on. When you told me you had a secret mission to do research, this was your research plan.
What? No.
Oh, good lord.
One of them. So Mickey James, she used the money she received from, like from the shoots,
Yeah.
to actually pay for her wrestling training.
Okay.
Who else?
So she was an extra,
Yeah.
are you saying? Okay.
No, she wasn't an extra. She was like, she did shoots, like photo shoots, not like actual like strong arm thingy. So that's an interesting one. I'll post 5 of them up online, and like I mentioned
Not the
two shocking
videos,
one.
not the videos.
No, did you know back in 2007 and 8 they were going to bring Gangrel in to do the thing with Kevin Thorne, like an ECW?
May have, because I actually spoke to him.
Yeah.
No, I've actually spoke to him.
Do you know why they didn't bring him in?
Go on.
Why didn't they bring him in?
I'm saying go on.
Because he couldn't lose enough weight. It wasn't his history in porn, where WWE has actually terminated some of the contracts for having history in porn. It was actually the fact that he couldn't lose the weight quick enough. That's ridiculous.
And I will say this, he's talented. I've actually met the guy.
Yeah.
And let me just say this to you. The TV cameras lie. They lie. They lie so much. Because every wrestler you're probably looking at, you're thinking, he ain't that big. Go meet him in real life. They're bigger than what you think. I'm telling you now that they are bigger than what you think. So some people have assumed Big Show isn't as big as he is. Trust me, I've seen him on a WWE live show. Big Show is the real deal. He is huge.
So everyone knows...
fifth one, China.
Yeah, but everyone knows China does porn. So, Lizzie Borden.
Lizzie Borden.
Yeah.
Are you seriously checking? Are you checking this right now?
Yeah, why not?
We need to move on from this.
I'm just checking this for me. I'm waiting for you to move on for the new subject.
The new subject.
Yeah. You know, because because you know, we're actually touring a little bit next week.
That we are. Well, potentially.
Yeah, you know, as long as the show doesn't get...
It all depends on if certain things fall into place. We could be touring, but we've at least got the show coming up.
That's the one for me, CW.
No.
She was at Living Dangerously.
She was at Living Dangerously, and she's also been on WWE, and that wasn't the one I was on about.
All right.
No.
Go on. You were saying.
We've got the United Wrestling show.
Yeah.
Which is going to be ram-packed, full of action. We've got plenty of matches on, I believe.
Yeah.
Would you like to care to throw any predictions out? Any favourites that you would like to see in the Rumble?
Are we on about WWE's or United Rumble?
Why not both?
So if I'm about surprise appearances, in WWE's, I'd like to see the Godfather. Kevin Nash.
Nash is always good, or Diesel.
Yeah.
Still the same.
I'd like to see Sting have a...
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. There.
That'd be cool.
I know RVD's going to make an appearance.
He always does. Always does, but he is actually entertaining. Anybody else?
Who else is there that'd be a good one? There isn't really many people, you know. I'd love Shawn Michaels doing an appearance, but I know he won't. So that's just never going to happen.
As he says.
What?
Never going to happen.
And then in the United Wrestling, I'd like to see Ironwood make an appearance. That'd be a nice appearance for me. I love the guy's work. He's a good work. He does an absolutely beautiful fisherman superplex.
Yes, he does. He does, but unfortunately, I don't think that's possible.
No, I'm looking forward to watching my tag team enter the Rumble.
And what tag team would that be?
My favourite tag team in United at the moment, which is Charles Kelsey and one AJ Hughes.
Yeah.
My favourite tag team in United at the moment. Big respect for the two boys.
They are talented. I should know.
Yeah, big respect for them. You know, if we were going out, you know, the Karate Kid could make a special.
Karate.
Yeah. You know, it'd be an interesting mix to the Royal Rumble.
It would be an interesting mix.
You know what? If we were going for guest appearances, you know, he'd be a
good shout.
It'd be a nice little mix into the Rumble.
I'll throw one out. Malin. Paul Malin.
Dave Dalvecchio.
That'd be a shocker. But it'd be nice to see.
Yeah.
Nice to see. Well, anyway, at the moment, over the United Rumble, as you know, the event's called Highway to Hell. Now, we've got a number of matches.
Yeah.
Would you like me to go through them?
I know one of them's AJ Hughes versus
Tommy Hayden.
Tommy Hayden.
That one...
It's just going to be brutal because both of them hate each other's guts.
Well, they don't hate each other's guts. It's sort of... AJ really resents Tommy Hayden. He resents him because, bear this in mind, folks, these pair used to be a tag team. They were a tag team together as the Texas Shotguns. Right? And what was so surprising, they were on a roll. They were on a massive roll, doing really well for themselves. Something fell through. Because what ended up happening, Tommy Hayden decided to take some time off from wrestling.
Yeah.
To do some charity work. You know, big up to him though. You know, he's sort of trying to put, you know, he's trying to put his hand in to try and help the world.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But bear this in mind, while that time he was away, Hughes had to defend for himself against an entire locker room.
Yeah.
With his supposed best buddy, who's meant to be there to defend him, no longer there. I can say he held a lot of resentment. And this is possibly why he's got that new attitude.
Which you would do.
Which you would do, and if I recall, that attitude, that bad attitude of his, has caused me to have quite a bit of a messy face, as you know.
Yeah. But
I've been on the receiving end of it, trust me.
Yeah.
Ooh. But I think this is going to be an interesting match because these pair know how each other work. They've been a tag team together.
Then you've got Syntax.
I've got Syntax, which we've never faced before. I've never been in the ring with him. Shockingly. That surprised you?
Not really.
Not really.
No.
However, I have seen his work. He is freaky. He is freaky. He's out there. All I will say is, I'm here to show he ain't so bad. He ain't no monster.
Yeah.
I'm guaranteeing. I'll get him dancing. I'm guaranteeing.
You going for a tango?
I'm thinking tango, maybe a bit of rumba. I might even try to throw in a Gangnam Style at some point. Who knows? Who knows? And maybe I might even throw in a few movie quotes. But you'll have to be there to find out which ones, if I do decide to do them. Shall I continue on?
Yeah.
We've then got my tag team partner.
Okay.
In a highly anticipated match, which is Tommy Taylor versus Stevie Mitchell.
Mr. Wrestling?
You're not his biggest fan.
No.
And I can honestly say, I can't, don't underestimate him, Tommy. Taylor, well, Tommy, don't underestimate Stevie Mitchell. I did that. When I last faced him, I underestimated him. He beat me. However, the cheating son of a gun had his feet on the ropes for the pen. He played dirty. So my advice is, do not drop your guard, is what I can say best.
Which I can agree with. You know, because if you drop your guard against him, he's...
Regardless of... I'll tell you this now, do not drop your guard against him. Bear this in mind, his nickname, Rough House.
Yeah.
He ain't got it, he hasn't got it, you know. It's not one of them, I'll just be called Rough House because I feel like it. He's got that name because he's earned it.
Yeah.
He doesn't... I will say, when he hits you, you do feel it. You do feel it. And he is a nasty piece of work.
So, who's Thingy going to face on this time?
Who?
Barricade.
Barricade. On the grapevine, unfortunately, we don't know yet. from the United wrestling from offices
Yeah.
yet. However, I'm expecting to be involved with Squirt.
Okay.
I'm expecting to be involved with Squirt.
He's been announced for the Royal Rumble, hasn't he?
Who?
Barricade.
Barricade.
Yeah.
Himself. Nope. He hasn't. You thought you saw an image of him.
Yeah.
That wasn't him.
Right.
There is a lookalike.
Okay.
A strong lookalike. Now, we've got the Rumble itself. And we've got some quite good entries. There's myself,
Yeah.
who, okay, my colleague may now just either may try to big me up or may point out a certain record of mine in Rumbles.
How many have you won?
None.
Sorry?
None.
What?
Zero.
What?
Zilch.
What?
Nada.
What?
Eh-eh.
And how long have you been wrestling?
Over a good number of years. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. Look on it. Let's look on the website if you want to know.
10 years?
Plus.
And he hasn't won a Rumble, folks.
But bear this in mind, when I have been in a Rumble, I wasn't exactly in the later numbers. I've been in the early numbers.
Yeah.
And if I recall, I've even gone from number 1 and almost won a Rumble.
So that's fair enough.
When I mean almost won a Rumble, I mean last eliminated.
Ouch. Mind you, last year you made it to the last 3 in United.
Yep.
In their Royal Rumble. To be eliminated by the monster. That is the United Wrestling champion.
And did he throw me out lightly?
Oh no, he dumped you out unceremoniously.
Didn't even touch the ringside.
You almost end up sitting on my knee, and I was about 7 rows back by the bar.
Now bear this in mind, folks. Am I light?
There's another word for you.
No, be honest.
No.
I'm asking. Am I light?
No.
I said, guess what would you say? Weight-wise. Be honest.
About $2.80.
I love the pleasantry.
So since that reference is for anyone who's a wrestling fan, if you're not a wrestling fan, you will not get that statement.
Oh.
You know, if you want to understand it, go watch Shawn Michaels' Hall of Fame induction. So Shawn, you were billed at 6'2" and 220 pounds. Really, you were 5'10" and you're lucky if you're $1.85 on your good days.
Right. All in all, folks, I'm not a light wrestler. I'm considered one of the big compared to Big Show. What can I say? It's being thrown out by the monster Barricade, who's now heavyweight champ. Not me. However, I don't believe he is in the Rumble this year. The Barricade. Neither is the Celtic champion Squirt, as this Rumble will be deciding the number contender for his title.
Right.
Now, so far, announced for the Rumble, we have some new faces, old faces, and some shockers as well.
Yeah.
Now, here's some of the people who have been announced. Alton Thorne.
Who?
Alton Thorne.
Right.
He would be the one you've probably got mistaken for Barricade.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know this guy personally, but he's got the look of intimidation on him.
Yeah.
And he has. And for me personally, he's going to be wanting to make his debut special.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say he's a potential dark horse to try and, well, if he doesn't, I don't think he's going to push it for the win, because I'm in for that win.
Yeah.
I'm expecting him to get a few eliminations.
Fair enough.
We've then got Gabriel Kidd returning. He hasn't been there for a while. Now this guy, okay, he hasn't got the experience But what he lacks in experience, he makes up in die-hard trying.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the young. He's probably one of the youngest wrestlers that's probably going to be in there. However, I'm pretty sure he's potentially the Shawn. Well, I'm not going to say he's the Shawn Michaels one, because unfortunately I'm going to have to pass that one to somebody else.
Mr. AJ Hughes.
Yes, that would be him.
The man's on form, and he could be an outsider.
And bear this in mind, in previous Rumbles he's knocked me out.
My pick for the United Wrestling Rumble, if he does enter it and he has a good run, would actually, and this might surprise most people, would be Jack Union.
Jack Union is a good call. How? I think Jack Union would be a good call because he is a worthy competitor. I have faced him a number of times.
But I reckon he's the outside mention.
We've then also got, that's if he's there,
Yeah. Right. Who is?
the Royalist.
Right.
I faced him.
Ah. My some good stories to be told that aren't able to to air.
I believe, yes.
But there are some good stories. I'd actually think of a different Brett, but no, we've had some good stories
Yes.
in our brief encounters in the United Wrestling world.
Here's the one who I've got to say, if I don't win it personally myself, but I'm going to try, my second favourite other than myself, White Tiger.
Which is a good selection.
White Tiger because he has been ferocious after Squirt.
Yeah.
He has been on Squirt like
Shit off a shovel.
a bad habit.
Yeah.
He's been on his case constantly. However, I think this is possibly White Tiger's only chance to have another title match against Squirt for the counter title, because he has fought for it a good number of times. Then we've got the very special Italian. I do apologise for the butchering of the name. Actually, I'll pass it to my colleague to maybe butcher the name.
The very special Italian, Alessandro Will.
Alessandro.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Alessandro. And he will take part in the United Rumble. He looks, in no uncertain terms, like a mix between Gok 1 and a tranny.
I'm not saying that. However, I will say this. I'm not going to underestimate him.
No, why? Because Santino looked like a pissed up stoner.
And bear in mind,
he won the Intercontinental title on his first night.
And bear in mind, you've also got Goldust. Early days Goldust.
Yeah, he was transgender.
He was bizarre.
The bizarre one.
He could be the one. He may not have the physicality, but he could be playing plenty of mind games.
Oh yes.
We've then got another newcomer, a Timber Wolf. What would you give him?
I'll give him about 5 minutes.
He may have a good run. I do, but I don't think he'll win it.
No.
I don't think he'll win it, but I think he'll have a good showing. Tommy Hayden.
Good shout. Very established in the worlds of.
Yeah, I will say this. I've tagged with him. I've even faced him. Hayden can surprise a lot of people. He can surprise a lot of people. But however, he's going to be in the same case as me, of being in a match and in the Rumble.
Yeah.
Which can have an effect. The only question is, depending on which match order, who's going to be worse off.
It could have a very big effect on him.
Syntax is in the Rumble.
He is United's Bray Wyatt.
He's out there.
He's that out there that Stoke psychiatric after accompanying him to the venue and then take him back afterwards.
So that's what them guys with the white jackets wear.
Yeah, and it's usually why he wears a mask.
Ah. Oh, good lord. Good lord. I actually thought about taking the mask off. Nah, I don't fancy getting bitten. I don't want to get bitten. Ooh, forget that. I will say, he regardless of whatever, he is very unusual, and he's got the sack a lot. He is very. He can put well. It sounds people say I know how to play psychology. I don't play psychology. I like to have fun. This guy, if he sees fear in someone, he would make sure to use that to his advantage.
Yeah, but can you blame him?
I cannot blame him. But I believe I'll rise up against that fear and show others that they should not be scared of him. He is a man in my eyes. Now, I'll tell you what. Syntax. I'll throw this one out to you. Prove to me that you are a actual monster. Prove to me that you are not an average man. I'd love to see you try and scare me. I'm not easily scared, because I'm guaranteeing to make you human and get you dancing.
Calm down, Dusty. You're going to come down in your polka dots next?
I have done that before.
Because you're just a preacher man.
I'm just a preacher man. I'm a working hard man.
Right then, folks. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for today's episode.
Actually, one more entrance.
Go on.
Three more. Four more actually. And the fourth one will be the shocker for you. Ready for this one? Stevie Mitchell is in the Rumble. Like we've already covered, don't underestimate him. He is one to literally, if he sees an opening, if you're not looking at him, he will make you pay.
Yeah.
Next one, as people have already announced him unintentionally, the Shawn Michaels. AJ Hughes with that super kick. And also, his tag team partner.
Which,
Charles Kelsey.
Which we've already mentioned. Both of them should have a good showing.
They will have a good showing. And I'm expecting Chelsea to have a good showing. Because, bear this in mind, folks, Charles Kelsey, he is a tall guy, but he can move. Oh, bear this in mind, you saw him in a match against me.
Yes.
And was he light?
No.
What happened?
He moves really, really quick. People don't realise how quick he moves.
And how bruised was I after that match?
You were really bruised. The ring had about the same amount of bruises.
If I recall, he was throwing me that hard into the corner post, he was moving the ring.
Yes.
He was using me to move the ring. So, heads up, guys. And the last one that's been announced, I've tagged with this guy. I have feuded with this guy. He is a multiple heavyweight champion.
Go on.
And one half
of the tag team champions of the world.
Of the United Tag Team Champions. The OK eating Stokey Okie Scott Schuyler. Mr. Oi Oi.
Again, he'll have a good showing.
I think he'll have a good showing. Top 4.
Yeah.
Either top 4 or at least top 5.
Yeah.
That's why I was a bit bucker then.
It's in my fave 5, sucker!
But anyway, that's all for the United stuff.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to cover yourself?
No,
Or shall we make this a wrap up?
We'll wrap this up. You want to give Philippa Hopwood a shout out for her work
Wow.
that she's doing? She's doing some great articles out there at the moment.
She is doing some great articles, but however, she's not just doing articles. Okay, some people are saying we're now getting a bit favoriting and whatnot, but I'm sorry, but we are giving props to her because she seems to be having, stepping up a game in not just one area. She's done some video editing recently for United, and she's produced a fantastic, highlight reel.
Yes.
For the United Wrestling. And she's also produced something that, for me, and I'm going to say, for me, and it's phenomenal. She has created the very first Matt Burns entrance video. And I've got to say, I have to give her props, and I am 100% appreciative of the hard work that...
That's a big word for you, that was, wasn't it?
Why, are you amazed I actually said it?
Yeah, I pronounced it right.
Come on, you've got to give her props for what she's done.
Oh, she's done a brilliant job. I'm taking that away.
Oh no, okay, I'll even use one of... I actually spoken to her myself, and I'm even going to use one of her own quotes. She's got some hashtag skills. Because I'll say this now. Okay, some could say she likes to work hard, potentially perfectionist, but her hard work is there. She will do, if she actually said to somebody, I'll do something for you, she won't go around doing it 50%, or as you would say, half-assed.
No, if you're going to do something, you go out and you do it properly.
And she does.
Yeah.
And that's just not just with video editing with her.
Yeah.
As I said before, on the previous episode, when she does her research, she does it thoroughly.
Yes, and she's very good at what she does, and we'll give her that. Another shout out, if we were giving one, is listen to our good friend Lazy Eye.
Oh.
He's doing some good stuff at the moment. If you give him a listen, he's got some shows coming up at Manchester's Day and Night Cafe, some shows in London, and a couple of shows at Stoke as well at the old Fat Cats.
Well, is it still known as Fat Cats now?
I know it is Fat Cats.
Well, if you're Stokey, you know it's Fat Cats.
It's a bit like I know Beds is Beds, but to everyone else it'll be the Sutherland Project. But it's Beds.
But it's Beds. Exactly how you just said that. It was almost sounding like a bit like another quote. It's real to us, damn it.
Yeah, it's still real to me.
But anyway, folks, that's it for this week. Actually, one more plug, and I've got to say that. WWE Network.
Other than that, folks, go watch your local wrestling shows. This has been The Burning Truth. Catch us on Facebook or whatever other media you use to listen to ourselves. If you want us to put this up in some other different forms, let us know. We'll be happy to look into different forms. And please share the word about us. We want to be listened to.
Share the word.
If you listen to us from America, share us in America. If it helps, leave me send Matt over there to you for a bit. It'll give me some goddamn fucking peace.
Oh, I'm really bugging you that much.
If
No,
it'll
I'm
cost
sorry,
me
I'm sorry.
$9.99,
I'm
then
sorry.
I'll send you over.
I'm sorry, but the fact that you're so upset actually shows you actually care about me. I'm so touched.
I care about you as much as I care about a bullet in the head.
Which you do. The song, of course.
Right then, folks. Other than that, though, this has been The Burning Truth. He's been the bad boy British wrestling Matthew Burns.
Hey.
I've been Nathan Goff, the voice of absolutely no honesty at all. And
No. You are the one.
Behind the 301. So
I wasn't even aiming for that one.
So
I was actually saying you are the one to get the two together for The Burning Truth.
And I am also the one behind Mr. 301. So see you later, folks.
That's goodbye from us.